diagonal.
Yeah.
If the answer is yes, then I think there's a logic to measuring the FFR in the diagonal, because if that happened to be negative, then actually we could concentrate on the LAD. If it was positive, because it's such a important vessel, then, you know, I think there is an argument here for a two-stent strategy, because we've got an 011 type of lesion, and both branches have long lesions after the bifurcation. So I guess I'd like this FFR to be negative, but we will see.
So it's important, Bruno, after normalization of the two pressure, you advance, you pass the lesion with your wire, and now we look at the baseline pressure. Is there a delta or not?
0.9. It's a mild gradient at basal state.
It's mild.
We'll see after injection of adenosine.
Okay.
But I think it's a very important lesson to look at the shapes of the curve, look at the systolic pressure, and it would be very easy to just react to what is essentially drift.
So it seems that it's over 0.80 once again. So it's very interesting, because when we see the film of this patient at the beginning, we can see, we can just stent every lesion, and at this moment you will stent the diagonal, you will stent the LAD, we will stent the marginal, and we know that this unnecessary stenting creates some additional maze for the future of the patient.
Is it worth just repeating that once more, because
0.85.
0.85 is great. I mean, as long as we can avoid getting too close to that diagonal, maybe we can make this, turn it into a pretty straightforward intervention. Beautifully consistent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect. So I think that we can conclude of these two measurements that the diagonal does not require an immediate treatment, the marginal does not require an immediate treatment, and we can focus on the LAD. So the diagnostic part of this procedure is now finished, and we can go now to the therapeutic part.
So I think we can make a stop, because as you can see, first in this, we can see the lesion here. Who in this room would do FFR on the diagonal branch? One? Huh?
Repeat the question again.
The question is, who will do FFR when you see this bifurcation lesion with critical lesion on LAD, these two lesions on the diagonal branch? Who will do FFR on the diagonal branch? You will do 2, 3. Okay. And who will do, we consider this lesion as significant and treat both of the lesion, LAD and diagonal. So large majority. And personally, I will be for the second option. That is to say, honestly, when I have this kind of thing, the lesion in the cath lab, I will be prepared to do 2 wires and try certainly a double stent technique, because it's there is 2 lesions, and I think we have to cover. If we plan to do something balloon on the diagonal branch, we have to cover both lesions. So in this case, certainly, I will start with a 7 French guiding catheter and 2 wires, and then we could discuss the technique of the dilatation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jean, I noted that this is the Volcano machine, which now has IVAS and FFR, apart from ILAP and FFR. Do you think that if you have this machine in your cath lab, it has 2 techniques, to go FFR first or go IVAS first and then go FFR in the artery to see the plaque morphology, and then evidence of functional ischemia in any side branch arteries or any arteries, or you just when you look to this, depending on the person who's doing the catheters, this could be an intermediate, so let us do the FFR for this. Or it should be routine for any multi-vessel disease, because after the FAME trial, I think it's even the 2 years results, I think it's very important for multi-vessel disease.
I think it's important, and we have to take into account the result of FAME trial. It's true that FAME, the lesion were quite simple. The mean syntax score in the FAME trial was, I think, 14. So it's really low compared to syntax. Of the mean syntax score was 28, 29 in the PCI and the surgical group. So it's totally different lesion in syntax trial and in FAME trial. FAME is really simple lesion treated. But anyway, when you look at this bifurcation, there is no depth on the LADs. Critical is more than 80% angiographically. But the depth is on the diagonal. But the diagonal, the problem is, it's a large diagonal. It's a 2.5 millimeter vessel involving a large amount of myocardium. And this is the reason why I will move to the double stent technique. Concerning your question, IVUS or FFR, I think that if we believe FAME, and we have to move to the functional reasonment.